Workouts is also one of the most powerful feelings. So today I wanted to hop on and do a little HITT interval workout with you. I'm really comfortable in the gym with big heavy weights. So when I don't have those things, it's nice to have like a backup workout that you can do. And this is probably one of my favorites. So I'm a little out of my element in that there aren't a lot of heavy things around, but I'm going to do my best today to help you guys. If you'd like to do this workout with weights, you are welcome to do that. I have some 8-pound dumbbells that I've got. You can do it with any amount, or you can do it with just body weight as well. And again, the intention is that you can do this workout pretty much anywhere. So anytime I travel, I actually will do this workout in my hotel room or wherever I'm staying, sometimes at the cottage. It's really easy to, and it's really quick once you get the hang of it. So we're gonna work on that. So what is HITT, high intensity interval training? The idea is that by doing a HITT workout, you actually will increase your metabolism for longer than the amount of time that you're exercising. So for 30 to 60 minutes, sometimes longer, depending on how intense you're doing your workouts, your metabolism will actually burn fat at a faster rate. So it's a huge thing. I caution people into jumping into the extremes right away because your body may not be ready for that. So while I really like to help people with fat loss and get stronger, my number one passion is function. And if you can't move, it really doesn't matter how great your bum looks. So when I'm taking you through this workout today, I'm gonna talk a lot about function, and I'm gonna coach you through the movements really slowly first, and then you can decide how these exercises will serve you, how you can put them together. I'll show you what I do and how I recommend doing them. But it's a really great opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about how your body moves and to be able to take this, this type of stuff with you anywhere. So HITT training, most people do work to rest ratio. So they'll work really super hard, like an intensity of 11 out of 10 for 10, 20 seconds. And then they'll rest for 60 seconds or 45 seconds. Like everybody's body is different. So if this is something that you are new to, I would recommend that you start at a lower intensity and do the exercises for about 30 seconds and then rest for the equivalent amount of time. And then once your weight gets a little bit heavier and you can do these things with confidence and you've got, some structural stability, then you can increase the intensity that you're doing it, and then you can add a little bit more rest. So if you're working more intensely, then you're going to want to allow yourself more time to recover, because if you don't allow that recovery time, your intensity in the following round will not be as high, right? So it's important that you get your body to recover, to push to the maximum. It has a lot to do with how your oxygen moves in your body to increase your metabolism, but that stuff's all kind of boring. So regardless, we're gonna get started today. Again, my number one focus when I'm working with clients is function. So please be mindful of how this feels with your body. Listen to the muscles that are supposed to be working and do your best to activate those instead of focusing on speed first, okay? So I'm gonna take you through 7 different exercises, and then the intention is that we're gonna be able to put those things together to create a little HITT workout. Before we do that, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a warm up. I actually worked out earlier this morning and I'm a little tight, so I'm anticipating that everybody here needs to get their body moving first. So I'm gonna slide back here, just sitting on my bum, shoulders back and down. I'm just gonna drop my knees from side to side. Just do this, 30 seconds or so, just to help mobilize your hips. Keeping your chest up, driving your shoulders down your spine. Imagine that you're putting the bottoms of your shoulder blades into your pockets of your jeans. And that's really important because at the same time that we're mobilizing our hips, we're actually starting to activate the muscles in our mid-back and open up our chest. Okay, I'm also just gonna take one foot, tuck it in front, the other foot behind, and I'm just gonna kind of push forward in a couple different angles just to help loosen up through the glutes. If they're tight, they're not gonna do the work that we want them to do. So it's really important that we get our body moving properly before we start our exercise. And the other side. So if it feels good for you, do it a little bit more. If you want to do it a little slower, also okay. I'm not really bouncing, I'm just kind of focusing on my breath and listening to what my body needs. I have one side that is notoriously tighter than the other, and you'll probably feel it as you go through these exercises. That's okay, it's really common. You can do a little bit more mobility work on the tight side if that serves you. Good. Feel a little difference through the hips. I'm going to go into cat-cow. So just tucking, really rounding, dropping, lifting the chin. So we're just mobilizing the spine and that mid-back. We want to make sure again that those muscles are going to help us as we progress through our workout. And sometimes they're a little lazy and sleepy. They don't want to do the work that they're supposed to. Good. So I'm also just going to take my shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, down. I call this my peacock posture. Elbows to your side, and we're just going to squeeze our thumbs out. When we're doing this, we're trying to activate some of those sleepy muscles. Sometimes we find ourselves sitting at desks or bent down, and we don't have a great posture, so those muscles that hold our shoulders back get a little sleepy, and they get a little lazy. So we're going to wake them up a bit. Awesome. Okay, so that's the basic gist of it. The first thing that we're going to work on is a squat. So I mentioned that function was one of my big things. I have 3 small kids. I spend so much of my time in this squat position. So this is daily life. And believe it or not, we actually squat a couple hundred times a day. Every time you sit down, stand up, you're actually doing a squat. So in a way, you have an opportunity there to practice your squats and to actually exercise and to move without really knowing that you're doing it. So the thing with a squat too, everybody's body is different. You want to put your feet in a position where it feels comfortable for you. I prefer to have my feet just wider than my hips with my toes slightly turned out. What I would recommend that you do to start is to start squatting to a chair. Okay, and you can sometimes just feel where you're at. If you start with your bum on the edge, you really push hard into your heels and your toes, grip, squeeze your bum, and come up slow, hips forward, and then hips down, and forward, and down. You're gonna find what feels good for you. Now, I mentioned that this is my squat position. This might be your squat position as well. What you're actually looking for when you're squatting is that you want your shin and your chest, your upper back, to be on the same angle. So as long as you can keep your back flat and parallel to your shins, that's a good spot for you, okay? I get this question a lot about squats, and people say, well, shouldn't your knees stay behind your toes? My answer is absolutely not, but your answer might be yes. And the reason why is because it totally depends on the mobility that you have in your ankles. So I have very mobile, I'm kind of stretchy all over, but I can push my knees forward over my toes and still keep the weight in my heels at the same time, which allows me to activate my glutes and use my quads and my core. So this is an okay position for me. I'm not putting extra stress on my knees. If you try to do this and your heels come up off of the ground, then that's not the best position for you. So what I would encourage you to do is to, like I said, start on the bench or on a chair, okay? Keep your chest up, drive your bum back, keep the weight in your heels, squeeze your bum forward, okay? Oh, I just got a low battery there. Okay, so keeping the weight in your heels is key. Bracing through your core, driving your shoulders back and down. So we're gonna practice a couple squats first. You can put your hands across your chest, you can push your hands behind your head, you can put your hands on your hips, whatever works for you. So you're gonna go nice and slow. 3, 2, 1. Push your knees out at the hips, push hard through your toes and your heels, and drive straight up. And again, 3, 2, 1, hold, and then come right up. Squeeze your bum. Belly button's pulling into your spine. 3, 2, 1, and up. Good, and down. 3, 2, 1, hold, and up. Good, that's the squat. So if you were trying to make this a longer workout, I would recommend that you do 10 to 12 repetitions of that squat. If you'd like to make it a little bit more challenging, I urge you to grab some dumbbells, put them on your shoulders, and practice the same movement. 3, 2, 1, drive the knees out, push through your heels and your toes, hips forward, squeeze your bum, and down. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and up. Okay, so you're gonna have the same movement, except there's a little bit of extra weight, which makes it harder for your muscles. So that's movement number 1, is the squat. The next movement is actually a shoulder press. With or without weights, you're still gonna be working your shoulders. What's really important is that when your hands are going up in a shoulder press, you actually want to imagine that your shoulder blades are pulling down. So we want to keep lots of space between your ears and your shoulders. It's very simple. Soft knees, core tight, hands go straight up and pull down. Hands go straight up and pull down. Hands go up. Mindful that you're not arching your back, especially if you are adding dumbbells into the equation. Here, stomach super tight, push up and down. Push up and down. So we just want to be careful that we're not allowing our back to arch. Sometimes when the weight gets heavy, we look to a little extra mobility where our body lets us. So keep your core super tight. So that's movement number 2, shoulder press. Movement number 3 is going to be a lunge, reverse lunge. We're going to use the same leg. So we're going to step back with our left leg, or your right. You're going to go down slow and come back up. So you're keeping the pressure through this standing leg. Belly button is tucking tight in through your spine. If we're looking from the side, you're keeping your core tight so you're not arching. Push back, down, and up. You're really doing all of the work with that front leg. Pull yourself up. So you're working your quads and your glutes. If you'd like to do that with the weights, it looks exactly the same. Stepping back, pull, tummy tight, shoulders down, breathe out. There's so many things to think about. Down and up. Okay, so we're gonna do one leg, and then of course, we're gonna do the same number on the other side. Legs before this workout was clearly a poor choice, but what's done is done. It feels weird that I don't have music on as well, and there are no children running about. A lot less distractions. Okay, so that's the lunge. Okay, so the next one is a bent over row. Really great for the muscles through the bottoms of the shoulder blades. Just be careful you're not feeling anything through your upper traps. We work these muscles enough during our daily life. We want to try and combat that. So just sticking your bum back, weight is even through your feet, but really pushing your bum backwards. You're just going to pull your shoulders down and back, squeeze, and down. Back, squeeze, and down, back, squeeze, and down. So if you're doing that with dumbbells, it looks the same. Squeeze, and down, squeeze, and down. So just think about opening your chest, right? We don't want to be in this position when we're doing a row. That way we're making sure that we're getting the most of the muscles through our mid-back. Exercise number 5 is a deadlift. So again, you can do this without weights. Hands on your thighs, feet pressing through your toes and your heels. Drive your bum backwards, just below the knee. Squeeze your bum forward. So if anybody here has seen, I can't remember if it's Clueless or Legally Blonde, and they do the bend and snap, this is the exact same thing. Well, not exact same, but pretty close. So from the side, hands are on your thighs, push your bum back, chin is neutral. Imagine that you're pushing through the top of your head. Squeeze your bum and come forward. Back and forward. Good. And if you've got weights, same thing. Back, tight tummy, toes down, squeeze your bum. Good. Shoulders are back. Sometimes when we deadlift, the weight gets heavy and we allow our shoulders to pull forward. So it's important that you keep those shoulder blades pulling into your back pockets. Okay, so that's the deadlift. The next move is actually an exercise that we've already done. It's two of them put together. So we're gonna put the weights on our shoulders, or if you're doing it without weight, it's totally fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna squat to press. So we're gonna squat down, press up, squat down, press up, squat down, press up. So from the bottom of the squat, you're allowing your glutes to push the weight up. Okay, so if you've got dumbbells and this is your range of motion, that's fine. Up. You want to power through your hips, hips forward and up. Okay, so I've got the range, so I'm going to go down low, push up, and down. Pulling those shoulders out of my ears. Okay? And the last movement that will complete our HITT circuit is a plank. So onto the hands and the toes, shoulders down and back, squeezing your glutes, pulling your belly button up into your spine. Looks the same here. This way. Shoulders down. If you don't find planks to be difficult, you can take this to the next level and add in a push-up. As long as you can keep your spine secured, you're not feeling any stress through your lower back, you're welcome to progress to a push-up. So keeping the chest open, dropping down, and pushing up, totally fine. Just make sure you're squeezing your bum. My general rule of thumb, when in doubt, squeeze your bum. Okay, so there are 7 movements. We've got the squat, we've got the shoulder press, we've got the reverse lunge, bent over row, deadlift, squat to shoulder press, and a plank. Now we turn it into a HITT. Okay, so this is the cool part. So I'm gonna do this with weights, although as you can hear, I'm already a little bit out of breath. We're gonna do the squats. Everything is gonna be in repetitions of 8. Okay, so if you're doing dumbbells, please grab those now. If you're doing it with body weight, then get ready, because we are gonna go. So I'm gonna hold my weights on my shoulders for my squats. We're gonna do 8 reps. So make sure you're focusing on your breath, tummy's tight. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, breathe in. 6, terrible at counting, 7, good, 1 more. Shoulder press, 1, 2, 3, shoulders down, 4, tummy tight, 5, 6, 7, 8, awesome, reverse lunge, 1, forward, really use your bum, 2, tummy's tight, 3, breathe out, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, 8, good news, swap legs, 1, good, 2, shoulders, relaxed, 4, breathe, 5, 6, 7, 8, bent over row, 1, shoulders tight, 2, 3, 4, squeeze your elbows, 5, tummy's tight, 6, 7, 8, good deadlift, 1, I'm gonna turn to the side, tummy's tight, 2, push through your feet, 3, bum back, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, awesome. And then we're gonna do the squat to press. So down and up. These ones start to get a little hard. 2, breathe, 3, 4, tight tummies, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're gonna go into a plank or a push-up, whatever fuels you. If you're doing the plank, just hold 8 long breaths. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Squeeze your bum and out. Breathe in and out. Shoulders down. 3 more. Let yourself shake if that feels good. Last breath. and out. Okay, whew. So that is one round. I would recommend that you take a couple seconds, breathe into your belly, just kind of get your neck moving, pull your shoulders down. We want to give yourself time to recuperate. You cannot push to a higher intensity level if your body is still really fatigued. That's the thing about HITT. So we're going to do one more round, and then what I want you to think about after is, how does this serve me, right? You might be at the point where you're just doing all the individual exercises, which is totally amazing. It's a way to target your whole body. You could do this, I wouldn't recommend doing it every day, but every other day would be fine, in combination with some walking, some light cardio. It's so fun. And then you could start with just ones, right? You could just put this together in sets of ones. So you do one squat, one shoulder press, one lunge on the opposite leg, one bent over row, one deadlift, one squat with press, and 1 second plank. You can do it one time, and then you can rest for a minute. Then you can do it 2 times, so 2 squats, 2 shoulder press, 2 lunges on each leg, 2 bent over rows, 2 deadlifts, 2 squat with shoulder press, 2 second planks. Great. Rest. Repeat with 3. Do you see where I'm going with this? And you can take it at whatever works for you. That's what I love about it. So we're going to do this together one more time. I'm just noticing my battery's starting to give out on me. Grab your weights or get yourself ready. We're going to go through it one more time. I can't use my timer because I'm live on my phone. But normally I'm that girl in the gym who has the gym boss clipped my my shirt, and it beeps and it tells me when my rest is over. Otherwise I'll find reasons to talk to people and my rest is way too long. All right, team, here we go. So we've got our weights or without, totally fine either way. We're gonna go through it again. We're gonna go in 8. 8 is just a good number. Okay, so squats. So breathe in and out. 1, tight tummy. 2, 3. If you're going low, keep your core tight. 5, weights in your heels. 6, good. 2 more. 7 and 8. Awesome, shoulder press. 1, shoulders down. 2, pull the weights down. 3, core is tight. 4, knees are soft. 5, good. 6, 2 more. 7 and 8. Lunges. So plant that foot, core is tight, hips forward, back, and pull with that standing leg. 2, breathe. 3, breathe out. 4, 5, 6, 2 more. 7, 8, swap legs, plant that front foot. 1, 2, I feel like I should be singing. 3, 4, core tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, bent over row. Push your bum back, squeeze, and down. 2, 3, maybe I should have leg warmers on. 4, feels weird. 5, 3 more. 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Deadlift. Squeeze and up. 1, 2. Be mindful that you're not going down too low. 4, you don't want your spine to go past that 90 degrees. Chin is neutral, shoulders back. I think I may have done an extra one. You're in luck. Good. Squat to shoulder press. Breathe in and out. 1, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe. 6, bum back. 7, good. 8, and into your plank or push-up, whichever feels good to you. Shoulders down out of your ears, bum squeeze, nice breathing. Hold. Externally rotate those elbows. Try to relax the quads. Belly button up through your spine. Not gonna lie, I'm not counting my breaths. Reach through the top of your head. Breathe in and out. You did it. That's it. One of my faves. So if you guys have any questions about doing your HITT workouts, or maybe you're having a hard time getting your body into the right position, or it doesn't feel good to you, don't push. Your body will tell you if it doesn't feel good. If it's hard, that's a completely different story. But we want to feel good when we're doing these things. It should be challenging. So if you have any questions, send me a message. My name is Carolyn Irvin. I am so happy to help, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Get sweaty.